Howdy folks, I'm the green fluorescent orchid bee.
I'm Amber.
And here's some Reddit. Alright folks, our first letter is titled, Am I the jerk for asking my wife to get implants?
Yes.
So I'm keeping this story short as I'm going to have a conversation about this with her again soon, implying he hasn't learned his lesson the first time. I'm a 26-year-old male and I have 2 children with a 25-year-old female. She's pretty flat-chested, although she can breastfeed. It does not bother me too much about her size, but sometimes I feel it could be bigger. I love how he uses it here. It could be bigger. I might sound like the jerk here, but hear me out. No. Okay. Maybe we'll give you the benefit of the doubt here. No. It sounded like a good idea at first. My friend is maybe a plastic surgeon. Who knows what he is? I'm not sure what to call it. He has given my other friends' wives implants and they look stunning. At first, I was pretty nervous since she would yell at me, but I decided the risk was well worth the reward.
Can I just say that's really gross, the way he's talking about his wife here?
It is. It's terrible. It's really, really gross. So yesterday, at around 5:02 p.m., it makes so much sense. It's 5:02 p.m. That's the perfect time to ask your wife for breast implants. That's the exact time. So guys, if you're out there and you want to ask your wife if they can have breast implants, you just have to wait till 5:02 p.m. and you're all set.
This is Brian's bad advice.
I asked her if she could get implants and I would cover the costs. She was bloody mad. She started crying and saying how I thought she wasn't beautiful. I feel really bad, but at the same time, I didn't even ask for that much. I only asked her to get a dangerous surgical procedure that she didn't even need. I don't know why she would be mad about this. She couldn't possibly have any body image issues here because maybe that's not something that happens. Am I the jerk? Alright folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Absolutely the jerk. I'm giving 5 out of 5 jerks right now.
Amber's like, we do not need to see any more. We are worse for reading your letter.
Well, it's just so, he doesn't think about his wife at all in this. It's all I would like her to be bigger. This isn't that big of it. I'm asking her to have the surgery to change her body for me, but I'm not asking much. Why can't I just ask this one little thing of her?
It's not like I'm asking for her kidney or something like that, a bone marrow transplant. I'm just asking her to get breast implants. It's like, oh my goodness, guy. Do you know how tone deaf you sound? Very, very tone deaf.
OP's wife, just leave him. He's only going to get worse in time.
It's pretty terrible. Anyhow, good luck with the divorce. You're the jerk. Also, at around 5:02 p.m. Lol, jerk. I just love the specificity of that time. The only thing that could have made it better would be the exact seconds, right? It's like around 5:02. That's an exact time for most people. You're the jerk. You don't love your wife for who she is or how she is. Alright folks, speaking of bad partners, our next letter is titled, Am I the jerk for wanting my boyfriend to help me around the house? I think that's pretty reasonable. I think that's pretty standard. Throwaway account, also on the app, so excuse the format. I'm a 22-year-old female and my 21-year-old male boyfriend have been dating for 6 years and living together for almost 4. 2 years ago, we moved into my parents' basement apartment. It had everything that we needed: a washer, a dryer, an oven, a microwave, a fridge and freezer, etc. The last few months, me and my boyfriend have been fighting constantly. He thinks that I'm being lazy and a failure of a woman for asking for help around the house. He works full-time, I'm in school full-time. My days consist of going to school, coming home, and getting dinner ready for him, cleaning up afterwards, and then going to bed. Some days are difficult and I feel overwhelmed. He comes home and leaves his clothes all over the floor. He'll also throw garbage or empty coffee cups wherever and eat and then not clean a single dish. And I'm just expected to clean up after him as if I'm his maid. His reasoning for not helping is that I work hard all day while you sit around doing nothing. I'm making money for us, plus you're a woman and it's your job.
Ew, no.
That's right, folks. Oh no. I cook, I clean, I do the laundry, I take out the garbage, all of it. I nag constantly because all I want is a little help around the house. I know that he works all day, but is it fair for me to have to clean up after him as if he is a toddler? Am I the jerk here for literally just wanting him to do his part in the house? All right, folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Not the jerk. Throw the whole man out.
Throw the whole man out. OP. It seems to me that you're with him for the familiarity. Now, this isn't just like a minor character flaw of like, oh, sometimes he does this little quirky thing that annoys me. And it really just gets on my nerves, right? This is your boyfriend has some fundamental flaws and he's going to continue to treat you like his maid forever. If this isn't what you want, then don't stay in this relationship because this is not a healthy relationship dynamic. He is treating you like a maid and he's not going to help you.
Yeah, well, and he does not respect you as a person. You know, anyone who's like, well, you do nothing. Like you are going to school full time.
Yeah.
And he devalues it as you do nothing all day.
Yeah.
You clean up after him. You're doing everything. All he's doing is going to work.
Yeah.
And he completely disrespects you. And his whole thing about, well, you're the woman, it's your job, tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah, I mean, once you finish college, right, and you get a job, then he's going to want you to probably be a stay-at-home mom too, right? I mean, he's going to be like, well, you're a woman, you don't need to work. So this is just a very archaic attitude, I feel, and I don't think that this is a healthy relationship dynamic. And he doesn't sound like a very caring partner who is considerate of your wants and needs.
Yeah, well, it sounds like it's getting abusive. Like, he's certainly verbally abusive, and, like, you just need to run.
All right, folks. So, what are we going to judge this one as? OP, the only jerk you are is to yourself for staying in this relationship. But as it is, I will give you 0 out of 5 jerks. And your boyfriend, on the other hand, I think he gets 5. What do you think? 5? Let me know if you folks agree on those judgments. 5 and 0. Anyhow, take care and good luck. IMO Throw says, throw the entire man away. This is not how you want to live the rest of your life. Not the jerk. I agree. And O Jinky says, not the jerk. 6 years is a long time. He is showing you and telling you how he will be for the rest of your lives together. Is this how you want to live? All right, folks, our next letter is titled, Am I the jerk for bringing my husband over even though I was told not to? I'm 24 and my sister is 27. I'm married with 2 kids and my husband is also 24. My sister has told me before it makes her feel insecure that I'm married with kids and she is not. Personally, I think my sister is way cooler than me. She's in school to be a dentist. She works very hard too. She works in luxury retail. She used to tell me that all she ever wanted was a white Mercedes, and she bought herself a white Mercedes recently. I was so proud of her. And no, she is not the girl from the Frank Ocean song. Every penny I spend comes from my husband. Yeah, I have a nice car, not nearly as cool as hers, but I didn't buy it myself, my husband did. Same with everything else. My clothes, my house, everything is bought by him. She is a hard-working lady and she gets to spoil herself. She doesn't have to ask a man to do it for her, like I do. And I love my husband more than anything in the world, but I still really do look up to my sister. She has a new apartment with a backyard and invited me and my parents over for a barbecue. I asked if I could bring the kids and she said yes, but not my husband. I asked her why, and she said it makes her feel insecure when we are in her presence. I asked why. She said that I'm 3 years younger than her and I make her feel bad about herself because she doesn't have any kids and isn't married. Not to mention, she has a boyfriend and he's friends with my husband. He has no problem with him at all. In fact, they were communicating about what we should bring. I told my sister that I guess I'll have to go alone because I don't want to deal with a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old all by myself, but she says that she'll help with them and that she wants me to bring them, just not my husband. I said I can only bring one then, and she said to bring both no matter what. So I brought my husband. Her boyfriend greeted him, and I don't think that he even knew that he wasn't supposed to be there. I sat next to him inside, and she had me walk over to her and asked if I could move away from my own husband. I respectfully declined, and she went over and told him, "So, just so you know, you weren't invited here." How petty and rude. Now he feels like garbage and he went home, and I followed him. My sister is only a block away from us. We didn't drive. He said that he didn't know that they hated him and he thinks it's all his fault. She said that I knew it made her feel uncomfortable when I'm around him because she isn't married yet. She insisted I bring my 2 kids, but I'm only one person. I can't deal with 2 very small children alone. Am I the jerk? All right, folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Mostly not the jerk. I'm going to give OP a 1 out of 5 and the sister a 5 out of 5.
All right.
Because she was explicitly told not to bring the husband. And what you need to do, OP, is just tell your sister your family's a package deal.
Yeah.
And she either has all of you or none of you.
This was a bad case of jealousy, and she's acting like OP wants to pretend like OP isn't married, but she has a boyfriend. When that's a boggling part here. It's not like she's single, alone, and is miserable or something like that, right? She has a partner. She is in line in that path for where she wants to go, but it just feels like she can't have everything in the world before OP gets it, and so she's jealous, right? You don't need to be first for every single thing, and you don't need to hold it over your sister's head either. Be like, oh, just because you have this one accomplishment before I did means that I'm going to make you suffer and punish you for it, which is a really gross attitude to have, right? So yeah, I don't think OP is really in the wrong here, other than not just out being upfront and being like, well, I'm not going to come over unless you invite all of us. So yeah. Anyhow, take care and good luck. And F Jewel 95 says, you should have told her that you weren't coming if your husband couldn't go too. You shouldn't have set your husband up like that. Yes, your sister is a jerk if that's her reasoning, but it is her house. On a different note, I hope you don't actually mean you can't take care of your 2 children without your husband present. It's a pain, absolutely, but you're only one person and you can take care of 2 small children by yourself for a few hours, even though in this case you weren't actually alone. It is concerning. If you don't know if like her state, like she might actually have a disability or something like that, right? And I think that that would be a really harsh thing to say. Like, you don't know her life, haven't walked a mile in her shoes. And so I think that comment right there is just kind of like, I was with them up until the end, where it's like, yeah, it's very gross. It's very tacky.
Well, it's also possible OP just meant that she didn't want to spend the entire gathering wrangling a 1-year-old and 3-year-old.
Yeah, I mean, kids are a handful. Like, even one kid can be a handful, especially in that kind of age range. And it's just one of those things where maybe she was exaggerating that she can't, but she really just didn't want to and didn't have to, right?
Right, like, because, she might not enjoy herself if, the entire time is just wrangling kids.
Yeah. And Nectarine Before Peaches says, not the jerk, your sister should respect your family. It is unreasonable for her to exclude your husband because of her own insecurity. Maybe talk to her and tell her all of the nice things that you said, that you took different paths in life, but both paths have their own benefits, and there is a lot that she has that you wish you had. It would be like refusing to go to her place and be in a car or discuss her work or school because you don't have those things, right? You should also support each other and build each other up. I don't think that your sister is a jerk here either, just very insecure. All right, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I have some tea right here, and I managed to guess it right on the second try.
What did Dracula say after a visit to the dentist?
I want to suck your blood, but I can't.
Thanks a lot.
But that doesn't make any sense. Is he thanking the dentist? Is he thanking you? After a trip to the dentist? That implies that the trip is over, that he's no longer at the dentist, right?
He'll be paying his bill.
He would be paying his bill, but he's not a duck. Amber's giving me squint eyes, folks. You can't see it, but I can. And I have Earl Grey. Alright, folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider giving it a like. And if you didn't, consider giving it a dislike. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you all tomorrow.
Bye.
I was like, I wonder if there are any fluorescent bees that exist. Green fluorescent bees. And there are. I was surprised and amused.